I see Lulu. The first thing I see Lulu peeping. Oh, goodness. Well, I just took a shower. What you call a shower. Here. Water kind of spitting on you out of the faucet. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I was gonna follow up with. I remember I was talking about AA stuff the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I keep, that's why I have to do these videos and like write the notes the way I write the notes and stuff because I have so many different thoughts and I keep forgetting things and I can't get it all out at one time. Because there's so many more things I can obviously say about alcohol and things I've done and other drinks I've had and other things and experiences I've done and had and oh my goodness. But of course you don't want to like expose people who are in the AA meetings or nothing like that. But I mean there's way more stories besides that from alcohol related stuff. But that was one of the things. It's like I'm 40 years old, but I've been drinking on and off for so long, and this is the longest I've ever been sober. I almost got 4 years. So if you go like 4 plus 1, let me try to actually think about this. 4 plus like 1, and maybe like 2. Maybe like a half of one there, like several months here and there. Da da da. I might, maybe, I'm in late 20s. I might be early 30s. You know, so still relatively sort of kind of. It's like that cool kind of mixture. It's like it's like if you look at it in the right context, spin it the right way. It's like he's immature. He's actually his mind's only like 30. Well, actually, I have that youthful kind of like mentality in mind in this older, mature body, which is also kind of mature mentally too, because obviously get this far and not have learned something, gained some sort of wisdom to become applicable in life. Um, that's a new note. Those are new notes. Pee in the shower mentality, saving, conserving however you can. Yeah, I grew up in a house where, it was one of those houses where it was the same bar of Ivory soap. Ivory's the name brand. I had to clarify that for somebody. I was like, what's Ivory soap? It's a name brand. It's a regular soap. One white bar of soap that everybody would all use in the house. Um, yeah, the notes. I do have like this. Like the last note was the weird involuntary incest. Like when I accidentally get with my sister or something. But I do. The next note I have this like weird. It's like this OCD, but not OCD because I think people with OCD like they're really. It's like not disabled, but it's like it's not like it's like their disorder is not nothing to joke about. It's not fun, to sit there and have to try to do the same thing over and over again before your brain says, "Okay, I feel right now." My brain's kind of like that, but I know like I've seen like studies and stuff and seen like their brains are almost like worse, like the ones that have it like severely bad, like their brains are almost misshapen. But I do have some sort of degree of it because we kind of touched on it before about the bald spots I used to have from pulling my hair out from all the different medicine I was on and whatnot. But I do have like this weird like thing where I'm like I have to touch things in weird ways and like the back of my hand. I think I might have mentioned that too about how I was in the grocery store or the Walmart and all of a sudden I'm walking down the aisle and I'm like I have to rub my wrists on the handle of the cart and just my brain's just weird. I think I might have brought that up before actually, because that's what I get to. It's like I don't know how much it's actually like a mental disorder, like or like I have OCD or something, or it's just like severe anal retentive. Like there's got to be something like I don't know. I guess maybe I'll look it up, find out for myself. But I figured there's got to be like some sort of degree, like something before OCD, that's not quite just being anal retentive, or what's the word? Um, the actual word, peculiar, or not peculiar, but particular about things. Um, um, there's got to be a degree, like where there's another term for that. You know what I mean? Like where it's like there's a it's a little more severe than just being particular, but it's not OCD. But it's like but it's not like an issue to make anyone a victim that they need medicine or anything for. But it's just like they kind of have this like uncontrollable tick or urge to have to need to do certain things in certain ways at certain times. Now, only 5 minutes in. Maybe this will be a short one because like I said, I kind of want to go back to bed. This might be like the first actual short one. It's under 20 minutes, but watch, I'll start talking and keep talking, and all of a sudden it'll be 20 minutes in before you know it. Because the next note is, yeah, this one actually might be a little long. I only ever hit one girl one time because she was trying to rape me. Um, I remember a girl too. I actually saw her like not too long ago. I think she was somewhere near where my ex was. Like I think she might have been in and around somewhere, and I was like, oh yeah. She looked like a poodle. I can't even remember her name, but I always forget it. Because I never liked her. I never been interested in her. I just thought she was weird and annoying and obnoxious, and like she seemed like she could have been cool, like if she had her priorities right, but she was just like out of her mind, even like at a young age. But like, I guess she was like known for giving blowjobs or something in the little neighborhood she lived in, the little trailer park she lived in and stuff, and I was just like, man, I don't want nothing to do with her. I think she looks like a poodle, you know. And I was a virgin, and I was like a lover, you know what I mean, like hopeless romantic, but I was a fighter too, and so like I was staying with these people that like the he was kind of like a big brother kind of thing, but not really. He was just like an older guy from church that I don't not go to church after a while, but like I still like to hang out with him. He was like the first guy I smoked weed with, first guy I shot a gun with and stuff. Went fishing, not the first guy I went fishing with, but he would take me fishing with and stuff. And he was pretty cool. Um, but not the greatest influence either at the same time. But he had daughters and stuff, and obviously he had a wife and everything, and he would have like a mistress time to time and whatnot. But the wife was all involved in everything. It was like all consensual, really weird environment. But anywho's, um, he had daughters and stuff, and so like one of the oldest daughter, you know, had this girl come over to spend the night and hang out when I was staying the night over there one night. So they're staying in the other room, and I'm out in the living room on the couch, and she comes out there, and she's all like, "Oh, come on, you know you want it, you know, let me just do this to you, and da 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 da. No, we can do this, and da da da." I'm like, no, no, you know, and because I'm just like I wanted to save myself for someone I cared about, someone I loved. I didn't want to be fucking like I thought it was important and special, like I always did. You know, I never like there's times when I would be like, man, you just wanna just but at the same time it's like you wanna find somebody you can just with, but uh, women are peculiar and weird in their own sense in their own ways. But anyways, so I'm laying on the couch trying to go to sleep. I'm just like, no, no, pushing her off, pushing her off, and she just keeps trying to get on me. And eventually, I just punched her in the stomach. It wasn't. I mean, I'm like laying down, and it was just like, no, get off me, you know. So it's not like I was like a fool, like you know, or like a, you know, like it's just like get off me. But I guess I can hit you pretty hard from 6 inches, not less than 6 inches. But especially if my hand's coming back into it. But I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like I just boop gut checked her, and you know we're 13, whatever, maybe, and so she gets off and she's like, oh, on the floor. And like, I felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, serves you right, you know? I was like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I kept, you know, I mean, but besides that, I've only ever like, I had to like hold a girl, you know, a couple times, like restrain them, like stop, you know, them from wild out, you know, or hitting you or something like that. But yeah, that's it. You know, and that's like the next note. It's like you know, like Chris Rock talking about I never hit a woman, but I shook the shit out of one. You know what I mean? That's all I was thinking was if Will Smith actually like took his advice, you know, Jada, you know, with Jada, like maybe her ass would be in line. You know what I mean? I don't know what I had to deal with the whole slap situation. I guess you probably noticed because I just noticed I have all these cleaning random products and stuff on the table behind me. It's because it's my under my sink stuff. Because I was washing dishes after I finished washing dishes after I finished doing dinner, making dinner and eating dinner, and I was like, cleaning, da da da. Usually there's always a little bit of water in the floor. You splash a little bit sometimes when you're doing dishes and stuff, whatever. It gets on your hands when you're moving the dish to the dryer rack or whatever, and a little water gets on the floor. So I looked on the floor and I was like, there was more water than usual, and I was like, kind of strange. And I noticed it's like dripping out from underneath the bottom of the cabinet. And sure enough, there it is. The whole thing's all flooded. All the cardboard of all these, the not this one, because this one was on top of the other one, but like the bottom of the cardboards of this was like all wet. So it's all warped and stuff now. And it's dry now. It's dry under there too, but I might as well keep it all over here until it's fixed over there. So, because I don't know how or what and why and when it's leaking. If it's leaking out of, because it's a two sink basin. I don't know if it's one basin or the other. I don't know if it's the line itself that has some sort of leak or this or that. I don't know. I'm messing with it. I don't know. It's so annoying, but I hope somebody comes in and checks something out. And the pressure in the shower, that was just crazy. Like, I turned the water on for a second, because you want to, you give it a second to let it get warm before you step in. And it was literally just a couple seconds. And I was like, oh, I realized it was just running out of the bottom faucet. So I pulled the thing to get it to come out of the shower. And it's like, I bought a shower head that's actually designed to increase the pressure. You know what I mean? Like it's like it doesn't have like a hard, like setting where you like it like hits your back, but it does like massage and tingle. It's like this feeling. It feels really good. There's 3 settings on it. It's really nice. It feels really great on your skin, but it kind of like you feel it like increases the pressure. Like you feel the pressure from the faucet. Like it's like kind of like intensified a little bit. It like compacts it. However, anyways, and it comes with filters and stuff too, so it kind of like cleans the water. Filters, purifies the water a little before it comes to the thing, the actual head. But yeah, so it's just like it's just been diminishing. It's just crazy. I don't get it. Like I didn't even get to put soap on me before I was like, I'm not even warm. You know what I mean? The water was falling on me, but my nuts were cold. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if this thing's following me correctly or not. So it's just a pain in the butt. I'm trying to keeping his medicine in him. He needs these strong, heavy doses of antibiotics and stuff, and it's hard to keep it in him, get it in him. He don't want to take nothing, but I'm getting him to drink stuff with it and sneaking it in stuff here and there as best I can. And the antibiotics more important than the gabapentin and him and acting like he needs gabapentin. He acts like he's totally fine. What time is it? We got 13 minutes in. What are you doing? Come in now, man. What are you doing? We ain't no scared for they not come get you. Kisses. Come here. Come here. Let's introduce you to the world. The internet wants to see you, boy. Everybody loves you so much, Lulu. Let me get your belly. Oh, let me get your belly, you sweet little sweet boy. So won't you come to bed, Daddy? several $1,000s a year. Definitely a few $100s a year. I mean, it's usually around like it's definitely gonna be over 1,000 this year. To get his teeth done again. Mm-mm-mm. He's got some more shots to get. He doesn't have his rabies shot for the year, but then that, like I said, that's a whole nother next year, a whole nother line of shit. I'll probably have to get tested and done and this and that. And we gotta get your butt exfoliated more often. He said at least every 6 months. So we just have an appointment every 6 months. Get your butt taken care of. What do you think about that, little booger? What'd you think about that, little boogers? My little booger booking butt, baby bear boy. Stinky honey booger bear. Get your honey fuzzy nut butt. Stinky booger bear. What time is it? So I'm looking for 13 minutes in. What was I doing? I was looking at that, yeah, because I was just thinking about that. I was like, well, I remember I changed my, discard. Oh, well, how do you delete it? I'm gonna delete it. Delete my schedule. I had to fix it because changed it. We had a follow-up appointment on next Friday. I never erased the one from Thursday originally. Oh man, I really don't know how much I can start talking about that guy. That's probably not something I can talk about on the interwebs. There's probably something I could talk about in clubs though, in small settings when people were not being recorded and whatnot. But could tell my 9/11 story. That's pretty interesting. But we don't have enough time for that. Like I said, I think we're just doing a couple more minutes. I don't know if I'm going to do another video today. Maybe if when I get up later, I'll feel like doing another video or something. But like I said, I'm pretty tired right now. I think I'm just going to take a nap and maybe wake up, play a couple video games or something. Figures Island. Fun stuff by myself and other crazy stories. Working there just for like the year and a half, almost 2 years or whatever it was I worked there was, oh my gosh, an event in itself. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, but it was so weird and stupid at the same time. Oh my goodness, I drank so much on that job. Like, not while people were there, usually. Yeah, not while people were there. Like when people were there, I probably like drank maybe like 2 or 3 times. That was because bartenders gave it to me. And then there was the day I got fired, which I'll get into that story another day sometime because that was a fun story. But that was interesting times being a bouncer and a night watcher, a doorman, whatever you want to call it, and a night watchman for pretty big time ish sort of place out in Ocean City. It's pretty crazy. The very first night there was a guy stranded in a parking lot, naked because yeah. Yeah. So I like my first night overnight watchman because I was like, I need my 40 hours. Is there any way I can work more than just doing the few hours when the dance club's on and and all that stuff and the people on stage and the band's all there and stuff. They're like, yeah, you could be overnight watchman. There's because they need helps with liability, blah blah. So awesome. You check all these places afterwards. Because there's like 2 hotels. Make sure everything's locked out. Make sure like the girls get safe to the parking lot. Make sure like bartenders are cool when they leave and all that shit and everything. So the very first night after everybody's left and I'm sitting out there on the front bench by myself, smoking a cigarette, I light up and I turn and look down and I'm like, either that guy's wearing all beige or he's naked. So I had to call OCPD and my manager and stuff and get the guy help that I could and whatnot. And I was like, they're like, were you guy that made the police report? Yeah, I called, called, not made the report, whatever. And I was like, yeah, overnight watch, but I just happened to notice him, and I was like, that's not normal, you know what I mean? I hope he's all right, you know. And I was like, was he naked, like I thought? And he's like, sure enough, yeah. He's like, yeah, he was naked. He was like, he got with some girl in the parking lot, and they had sex in her car, and she took off with her car with his clothes in her car, and that's I just thought hilarious. I was like, oh man, and he's out there hiding in the bushes and stuff, and like the tall like cattails in the grass out there, you know, and on the beach water by the bay, you know, and everything, because it's like bay on one side, beach on the other side. So it's all this, you know, aquatic plant life, but you know, it's like cattails. Have you ever seen cattails? They're like an old dry brown looking little. Look it up. Pretty sure that's what they were. There's other little things out there. I don't know what the name of all the foliage out there is, but you know, beach foliage and stuff. All right, 20 minutes in. Yeah. Sometimes it's best not to drink and keep your pecker in your pants. Life lessons. God bless. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for your time and your patience with me. Till next time. Bye bye.